Boy, look at those hands up there, President. Do you have this in Romania, too? I don't know.
Yeah. I got the microphone.
Oh, boy.
If you allow me,
If I could only sell that, if I could only sell it. Who would like to ask? Should I take one of the killer networks that treat me so badly as fake news? Should I do that? Huh?
He's back. What did the testimony of my homie, James Comey, show me? A pile of baloney. I made a list. Number one, Comey leaked over a Trump tweet.
The president tweeted on Friday, after I got fired, that I better hope there's not tapes. I woke up in the middle of the night on Monday night, because it didn't dawn on me originally, that there might be corroboration for our conversation. There might be a tape. And my judgment was I needed to get that out into the public square. And so I asked a friend of mine to share the content of the memo with a reporter.
When I wake up in the middle of the night, I take a leak. I don't leak. In the hierarchy of honorable things to do, I go with tweeting over leaking. At least with the tweet, you know it's coming from Trump. For better or worse, Trump stands by his tweets. Comey hid behind a leak. He had his buddy drop it to the Times to protect himself. That's a weenie move. And I know weenie moves. Fact is, in all this, you suddenly realize that Trump is the more transparent of the two. He's abrasive, he's blunt, he makes his intent obvious. But Comey, he adopts an aw shucks Jimmy Stewart routine to mask his sneaky behavior. And lordy, it got thick.
I've seen the tweet about tapes. Lordy, I hope there are tapes. I don't know. I don't want to make you sound like I'm Captain Courageous. I don't know whether even if I had the presence of mind, I would have said to the president, sir, that's wrong. Again, maybe other people would be stronger in that circumstance, but that's how I conducted myself. I hope I'll never have another opportunity. Maybe if I did it again, I would do it better.
Felt like I was watching a combination of hee-haw and L.A. Law. All that was missing was a strand of hay sticking out of his mouth. And he's from Yonkers. That's New York. So to reiterate, Comey, kind of phony. Number two, was there obstruction of justice on the part of former Attorney General Loretta Lynch regarding the Hillary Clinton email investigation?
At one point, the Attorney General had directed me not to call it an investigation, but instead to call it a matter, which confused me and concerned me.
Oh, dear. It confused and concerned me, yet I still did it. What's with this guy? He always seems like he's trying to do the right thing while doing the wrong thing. And you gotta love that once again, Hillary reappears to ruin a Democrat's day. If it wasn't for her, there wouldn't be this Lynch thing. She's like my irritable bowel. She just never goes away. It reminds me of a movie.
She came from long ago.
Don't quit, keep fighting, stay in this race.
But just when you thought she had been defeated,
Why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask?
she came back.
I take responsibility for every decision I made, but that's not why I lost.
2 elections, 2 losses. It wasn't enough.
It really is painful.
Blame It All Studios presents 2017 Return of the Swamp Queen. Coming to a Democratic Party near you.
Good. All right. Number 3, was there obstruction of justice on the part of Trump? If Trump never asked him to shut down an investigation, it's not obstruction. Trump's just being Trump. He's no flying nun, but he's not Darth Vader either. He's like a mix. He's a nun Vader, or he's a flying Darth. Number 4, Comey doesn't feel very well.
A very disturbing thing, very concerning, whole lot of personal pain for me. That gave me a queasy feeling.
The guy certainly takes the job to heart. I think our new sponsor might be able to help you, Jimmy.
Does your boss confuse you?
Shifting explanations confused me and increasingly concerned me.
Do you feel the need to leak?
I asked a friend of mine to share the content of the memo with a reporter.
Does he make your belly hurt?
Look, this is terrible. It makes me mildly nauseous.
It may be time to try Queasy. Queasy battles the butterflies in your belly so you can shake off that icky feeling and do your job.
He had repeatedly told me I was doing a great job, and he hoped I would stay.
Queasy might just save your career. Some side effects may include nightmares, paranoia, insomnia, itchiness, and tendency to leak. Don't contact Columbia Law professors while taking Queasy. Talk to your doctor to see if Queasy is right for you.
Nice. All right. And last but not least, remember that report suggesting the Trump campaign colluded with Russia using electronic surveillance? Was that true, James Comey?
The challenge, and I'm not picking on reporters about writing stories about classified information, is the people talking about it often don't really know what's going on, and those of us who actually know what's going on are not talking about it. And we don't call the press to say, hey, you got that thing wrong about this sensitive topic. We just have to leave it there.
Or leak it. Anyway, so that's my list. Believe me, it's not easy to take hours of complex testimony and break it down to just the main points. I dare anyone to do a better job.
No collusion, no obstruction. He's a leaker.
I stand corrected. All right, let's welcome tonight's guest. He is bright and funny, like a glowworm that slides up your pant leg. Author of the great new book, Mean Dads for a Better America. I bought it. Comedian Tom Shalhoub. She's so bright, she never needs a reading light. Legal analyst and former federal attorney, Emily Compagno. She's as sassy as I am gassy. Co-host of the Fox News specialist, Catherine Timpf. And Lake Michigan is his bathtub. Former bodyguard and my massive sidekick, Tyrus. All right, Emily, you are the lawyer here, so I have to ask you: could it be that in fact it's Comey that's in trouble now because of the leak and stuff? He leaked government. Isn't that government material? If I'm stupid.
Yeah. No, you're not.
Don't laugh.
Absolutely. Specifically, there's a code. It's 18 U.S.C. 641. It specifically prohibits conveying, among other things, documents and records, any type of record, off the property and to anything without authority. And he faces up to 10 years in jail for this.
Wow.
It's totally serious. And regardless of the legal definition of leak, which I support you if you try to define that. The reality is he broke that code by, without authority, bringing those documents. It doesn't matter if it was his own record. It's a government record, and it's a thing of value of the United States, what the code specifically addresses as well.
What if it's just his diary, though? What if it's just his diary? He wakes up in the middle of the night, writes a little diary.
Well, it's one thing if he has a little book by his bed, but this was on a government-issued computer with government resources, and that's what matters as well. And it was about a government meeting, so everything, and remember, it's a thing of value, so everything has a kind of traceable backplay to his conversation with Trump and to his position as then head of the FBI. So it matters, and they're going to pursue it. I mean, they mentioned it today. They're totally pursuing this.
Don't you, Tom, when you watched it, didn't you find Comey to be an interesting character? Like it was almost, he was like from an Aaron Sorkin TV show. Like he had the he was designed to be in a TV drama that the media loves.
I love the way he closed his testimony. Mary, do you know me, Mary? I'll throw a lasso around the moon. Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter. Gone it, you. Was that him? Was that?
I think that was him.
Yeah, it was him, yeah.
Is that Jimmy Stewart?
Well,
I don't know.
You gotta ask.
What was your take home from the Comey?
Why was he so scared all the time?
I know, exactly.
So I was really worried when I had to go alone in the office with the president.
Yeah.
I don't know why. What's he so scared about? My favorite question was from Marco Rubio, who said, "Why didn't you speak up?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, I guess good idea. I should have done that."
I guess maybe, he's worried because he's so intimidated by the president. It's not like he's ever worked for 2 other presidents. It's like, this is what he does for a living. He should have asked. That's all he could have done. Trump is probably, I've talked to him briefly. I know that, like, if you say, hey, I can't do that, he's like, oh, okay, I had to ask. He always asks. He always, asks. questions that like nobody's asked before, just to see if it happens. He might get somewhere with that. All right, Tyrus. My theory is that Comey was a victim of new management. This has happened to me. Somebody comes in, they reevaluate, and then I'm gone. I have a little box with all my stuff in it.
Oh yeah, that's me in Impact Wrestling too. I honestly, man, I guess you guys haven't talked to the police a lot in your lifetime. When the guy's being really quiet, coy and asking afraid and kind of he's throwing things up there for you, and then you come back aggressive like, haha, I showed him. That means the bad cop's coming.
Yes.
And Comey did a very good job playing good cop in this whole thing. He didn't really know what to do, and he's just basically throwing volleyballs up for our president to hang himself with. And that's kind of what he says something, don't tweet. You're good. But then he's got to come in and say, now he's proven. Now he says he'll testify under oath.
Right.
Now he's boxed in with the tape because Comey's like, gee Willikers, I hope there's a tape. Well, I'll let you know there's a tape. Where is it? Well, I don't know. Now, if you look at that, who's lying? Mm-hmm. This guy's under oath saying, I hope there's a tape, and our president got sucked into that. The only person who should be talking is his lawyer.
I mean, it's interesting. If he hadn't tweeted about, I wonder if there's tapes. There might not have been a hearing. We wouldn't even have a hearing.
No more tweeting.
Yeah, no more tweeting. Even though I enjoy it immensely, it makes him the most transparent leader in the history of the world. You know, Kat, we work in broadcasting.
Yes.
And I've noticed an amazing example. This is a prime example of confirmation bias. If you start out seeing Trump as evil, this is going to underline your beliefs. If you see him as not evil, then you're going to see that maybe, he's just exactly how you thought. Isn't that how this, no matter what, no one's minds are changed.
Everybody watched this hearing, and they're so happy for their guy, whoever their guy was.
Yes.
They're like, the conservatives are insane. Trump is totally toast after this. And the people are saying, oh, the liberals are insane. This vindicates him totally. We've lost this thing now where it's possible to be in the middle whatsoever. This isn't really good. The collusion kind of takes that apart a little bit, especially if Trump was pushing to investigate. But the obstruction, again, really hard to meet that definition. But still, it's weird when you think about the fact this really is kind of all Trump's fault.
But no, but it's because
if he would have not.
But we elected a bull in a china shop, and this is the broken dishes. This is it, and all these hearings is a guy coming up with a broom going, he broke another one. But it's not illegal.
Right, exactly.
It's not illegal. And you know what? I'll take this if he conquers ISIS.
And we can all agree it's very entertaining to watch.
Exactly.
There's no one else I'd rather see give a press conference than Trump. Yeah, but on an entertainment level, come on, now you're just lying.
I find it disgusting. Honestly, I'm tired of looking at it.
Oh, really?
On both sides, Democrats and Republicans, like we should be focused on other things in this country.
Well, you got a point there. You have a good point. We have other things that we have to deal with.
Things.
Do you have something very important? Because I got to
The
go.
genius of Trump is he speaks in. Do you know the drawing of the old lady, but it looks like a beautiful lady?
Yeah.
When Trump speaks, he speaks in those pictures.
Yes,
so Republicans see the beautiful woman, and Democrats see the old hag.
Yeah, it's like the psychological. It's a psychological picture where you think you see a woman's profile, but it's two lamps.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember that? That's in every psych high school book. I don't see either. I see Satan. Anyway, later in the show, are you getting fat? I am. That and other things we're going to blame Trump on. But first, how did the media cover the Comey hearings? Lordy, I hope there's tape of it.
9 out of 10 of our drivers